Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. In the video for today, we are going to be going over some profit-taking strategies that you guys can use on these newer launches, and we also are just going to update the channel and everything in general. I've been doing a lot of planning for the channel and also upgrading a few things in my setup, so bear with me over the next few days as I get some of that stuff set up. So for today, I will not be doing a wallet update. As always, if you guys want to see what I'm doing on a daily basis, feel free to join my Telegram or Discord communities. They're 100% free and they always will be. I'm getting ready to start a new challenge wallet, so I'm curious what you guys would like me to start at, so let me know in the comments. I was thinking probably between 0.5 and like 2 Solana, in that range, but just let me know what you'd like to see and I will start working on that. Okay, but with some of that stuff out of the way, let's jump into things for today's video, and we will start with a really brief market update. Okay, the market is in a very interesting place right now because, as most of you guys know, a lot of the AI coins still are bleeding and they are still on pretty heavy dips. And there really isn't a very clear defined meta that's going on in the market right now. So personally, what I've been doing is honestly still continuing to buy some of these AI dips. If you're in my Telegram, you know the ones that I'm watching right now. But really my goal for the next like 2 or 3 days is to just keep my risk really low and just see what plays out and if there is any direction that is established. So really my strategy right now is to closely monitor these AI positions and add to them whenever they are getting hit really hard. So whenever they're on bigger dips, I am going to be adding to them. But in the meantime, I am focusing on all of the newer launches that are coming out in the market. And recently, if you've been watching the past few videos, you know that we've been talking a lot more about these newer launches. And I think that right now, the new launch market is very hot. So I am paying a lot of attention to it. But today I really want to talk about my specific profit-taking strategy on these newer tokens and how I think about them. So first and foremost, before we even get into the strategies, right now you basically need to be using a trading bot if you want to get any decent fill on these newer launches. So I use Nova and I use Photon. I will leave links for those in the description below, but if you aren't using a bot right now, you probably just should avoid new launches in general. Okay, so assuming you have a trading bot set up, the real goal for you on these newer launches, especially if you have a small portfolio, is to minimize your risk in every single scenario. The entire goal of these newer launches for you, if you're a beginner, should be to just not get rugged, which is honestly a lot more easier said than done. But the real goal for you is to actually try and minimize your risk wherever you can. Okay, and this is how I personally do it and how I think about things. So let's say I make an initial buy down here, and let's just say for the sake of an example that this token is at 100K market cap, okay? When the value of these tokens starts to increase, right? And let's say that the market cap goes to 200K, my entire goal is going to be to take this initial investment out, okay? I want to take that initial investment, my initial risk, out of the token when I hit a 2x or even if it goes higher, right? I just want to take that initial investment out. So if you are new and if you are a beginner in this space, if you are buying these newer launches, your entire goal should be to take your initial investment out, and this is why. So when you start getting into the habit of taking your initial investments out when you are in profit on some of these newer launches that are highly volatile, a few really good things start to happen to you. First and foremost, you start to get some mental clarity and you feel like the pressure is taken off of you on these newer launches. Guys, it's so easy to play mental tricks on yourself and overthink things and make bad decisions when you are in the midst of these highly volatile launches. So whenever you are able to minimize your risk, you are basically setting yourself up mentally to be prepared to take on a lot more profit. And guys, this is why it's so important, and I've mentioned it so many times in previous videos, that you're playing with money that you can afford to lose. Because if you aren't, and you're playing with money that you actually need, you're way more likely to sell way early or make a horrible decision because the emotions are just going to get to you way quicker. Whereas if you're playing with money you're comfortable with losing and you don't really need that money and you don't care about what happens to it, it's so much easier for you to potentially hold through the 10x's, 20x's, 100x's because again, you're just not going to be thinking about it as much. And as a small portfolio, that is one of the simplest and best ways for you to put yourself in a position to actually get to those crazy returns. But all right, let's jump into the next point. And the main thing that you need to realize with these token launches in general general is that they are the definition of volatile. So if you have ever bought a meme coin, you probably have experienced between a 20 and 90% dip at some point in the time that you were holding that meme coin. And guys, just realize that this is common with every meme coin that launches. There are always going to be large dips. And as a beginner, as someone with a small portfolio, your main goal should be to put yourself in the position to succeed. And the best way you can do that is simply by buying these tokens on massive dips. So if you are consistently taking your initial investment out on these newer launches, there is a really good chance that you are going to be presented the option to buy the token at a lower price either way. So that is why you should be doing it. And honestly, if you're new to the space or you're just a beginner trader, some of the best value that you can find is buying dips on these newer token launches. Okay, the last thing here and the most important thing here is if you are taking your initial investment out when you are in profit on these newer launches, you will have a risk-free investment. In the meme coin space, you will commonly hear this being referred to as a moon bag. And honestly, this is one of the best things that you can do for yourself as a beginner in the space. Okay, so again, on these new launches, whatever token price you buy it at, let's say 100K and it goes to 200K, right? You hit a 2X. If you just sell half of your bag, right? One half of your bag, you will have a moon bag, and that moon bag you will have no risk on. So you are able to hold those tokens a lot easier with much more peace of mind and potentially do really well on those tokens. So that is what I would recommend if you are new in this space. You should always be trying to take your initial investment out and leave a moon bag on newer launches. And as you start to get better with these and as you start to get more comfortable, maybe you change that to be a 3X, right? So you're only going to be taking your initial investment out on a 3X or whatever the threshold is for you. You can be very flexible with this strategy, but the bottom line is that you should always be minimizing your risk and trying to get a risk-free investment on these new launches. And guys, we will continue talking about this over the course of the channel, and also we will be going over a lot of examples in the future. I plan on doing a lot of live meme coin trading this week, so you guys will probably see it firsthand in some videos later this week. But guys, in general, as a meme coin trader, whether you're a beginner or you're an expert, you should be trying to eliminate your risk when you can. And this is one of the easiest ways that you can do that. And this isn't only applicable to new launches, right? Like I do this same strategy with the AI coins that I buy. I'm just always trying to give myself the opportunity to have a risk-free moon bag because it just, for me, is a lot easier to hold those. But all right, guys, that is going to wrap up the video for today. So I hope you guys learned something, especially if you're a beginner or you have a smaller portfolio. Got a big week ahead, and we also have some fun videos coming up, so I'm excited to share that with you guys. And if you guys aren't in my online communities already, feel free to find my links in my channel bio. I will be cooking up on these new launches all week in my online community, so I will see you in there. And thank you guys so much for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye.